Sometimes in the world of professional sports, changes are made to the game we love that are not always popular ones. This can be said about the NBA controversial decision to change to a play-in format in the playoffs due to the shortened seasons caused by COVID-19. This decision was not a popular one among some of the NBA's prominent stars and figures. Let's check out how players around the league feel about the play-in tournament and how the play-in works. Before we get into the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on future updates. The 2021 NBA season is officially over, and playoffs have begun, but this year was a little different with the implementation of the play-in tournament. The way the play-in works is by having the team with the 7th highest winning percentage in each conference will host the team with the 8th highest winning percentage in a play-in game, the 7-8 game. The winner of the 7-8 game in each conference will earn the number 7 seed. The team with the 9th highest winning percentage in each conference will host the team with the 10th highest winning percentage in the 9-10 game. The loser of the 7-8 game will host the winner of the 9-10 game in a play-in game, and the winner of that game in each conference will earn the number 8 seed. This is because of the shortened seasons due to the coronavirus, and is designed to lessen the number of playoff games needed by weeding out the teams that have the least chance of winning in the postseason. Not surprisingly, some players, coaches, and owners have shown their disdain for the NBA's decision, and they have not been shy about expressing it. This is the second time that the league has used the play-in tournament, with the first being in the bubble in Orlando last season, and to the surprise of no one, it continues to be a hot topic with players and coaches across the league. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James was critical of the league's decision to implement the play-in tournament for this season, despite the format being considered a success inside the Disney bubble. Quote, "Whoever came up with that shit needs to be fired," end quote, LeBron said of the play-in format. These comments echoed what we previously heard from Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic, who aimed at the NBA's format change for the playoffs this season. Quote, "I don't understand the idea of the play-in tournament. You play 72 games to get in the playoffs. Then maybe you lose 2 in a row, and you're out of the playoffs. I don't see the point of that," end quote, Doncic said. Reggie Jackson is being diplomatic as he discusses the NBA's play-in tournament, an event that has had everyone from LeBron James to Mark Cuban up in arms lately. Jackson keeps using the word interesting. It's as if he's talking about a thought experiment, and in a way, he is. Jackson doesn't need to worry about the realities of the play-in because the Clippers are essentially locked into either the number 3 or the number 4 seed in the Western Conference and will automatically advance to the postseason's first round. Jackson says he didn't even learn how the tournament worked until a few weeks ago. "I can't imagine playing in it," Jackson said over Zoom this week. "It's going to be very difficult," Jackson said, "for some of the teams who are facing the possibility of being part of the play-in, like the defending champion Lakers. This was not expected. LA was projected to be at the top of the West before the season and make another serious run at the title. But injuries and on-court struggles have the Lakers in the bottom half of the conference, and LeBron, who is set to miss 23 out of the team's last 25 games with an ankle injury, is saying that the person who came up with that shit should be fired. I don't understand the idea of a play-in," said Luka Doncic, whose Mavericks are on the cusp of the tournament as the number 5 or number 6 seed. Quote, "You play 72 games to get into the playoffs, then maybe you lose 2 in a row, and then you're out of the playoffs. So I don't see the point of that," end quote, Doncic reiterated. Cuban, the Mavs owner who voted in favor of the tournament last November, called it an enormous mistake. The reality of the play-in tournament is being felt all over the league. The pressure isn't just on the teams currently holding the 7th and 8th seeds, but also on the 5th and 6th seeds to stay above the cut. Even the top 2 seeds in each conference are realizing the tournament means they will be the last to know their first-round opponents, a small but insignificant detail for playing purposes. But one could also argue that the play-in is working exactly as intended. Meaningful games are happening all over the league with just 2 weeks left to play, and teams like the Pelicans, Kings, Raptors, and Bulls are continuing to try to win rather than tank. Not to mention the fact that all this buzz, both positive and negative, is creating one of the most can't-miss season finishes we've seen in some time. "I think it's great," one assistant coach said. "It gives lesser and younger teams something to play for toward the end of the season. It makes teams not tank and helps younger teams grow and develop." Evan Wash, the NBA's executive vice president of basketball strategy and analytics, is not the person responsible for the play-in tournament, but Wash is the official league spokesman when it comes to matters of the play-in. So while he may not be the person LeBron was referring to when he said the tournament's creator should be fired, he is the one fielding the feedback, be it good or bad. Quote, "It's a bit surreal, but this process is somewhat expected when it comes with the territory, whenever we seek to innovate," Wash said in an email. Feedback from teams and players only help us improve the product going forward, so we welcome it, whether it is positive or negative. Wash said the league believes the tournament's format is simple and fair, and he says all the teams were informed about the rules going into the season. There was, according to Wash, extensive communication to teams and players that include presentations, virtual meetings, and memos, as well as the league's public press release. Still, the closer the tournament gets, the more people are voicing dissenting opinions. "I would say I'm not a huge fan of it," Nuggets coach Michael Malone said on Monday, adding that he would prefer a model similar to that of the bubble, where a number 9 seed plays. Thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for future updates. Until next time.